Imagine standing on a frozen mountaintop in western Mongolia where the wind cuts through you like a knife and the temperature is 40 degrees below zero. On your arm, barely restrained by thick leather straps, sits a golden eagle weighing 15 pounds with a wingspan of over 7 feet. Her talons could crush bone. Her beak could tear flesh. She's one of the most powerful predators on Earth, and you've trained her to hunt alongside you, to respond to your calls, to trust you completely. Below in the valley, a fox moves through the snow, and you remove the hood from the eagle's head. She sees the prey instantly. You raise your arm, give the signal, and she launches into the air, a living missile diving at speeds over 150 miles per hour toward the fox that has no chance of escape. This is life in a remote Mongolian village where eagle hunting isn't a tourist attraction or a hobby. It's survival. It's tradition passed down through 40 generations. It's a bond between human and predator that seems almost impossible in our modern world. Before we journey to one of the most remote and extreme environments on Earth, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss these incredible explorations of traditional cultures and extreme survival. And if you're already amazed by the idea of hunting with golden eagles in the frozen mountains of Mongolia, show your support by leaving a like right now. It helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more content like this. Now let's travel to Western Mongolia and experience what life is really like for the Kazakh eagle hunters who maintain this extraordinary tradition in conditions that would kill most people in hours. The Kazakh eagle hunters, called Burkichi in their language, live primarily in the Bayanalgai province of far western Mongolia, a region that borders Kazakhstan, Russia, and China. This is some of the most remote and harshest terrain on Earth. Mountains rise over 13,000 feet. Valleys are windswept and treeless. Winter temperatures regularly drop below negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit and can reach negative 60 in the worst conditions. The summer is brief and can still see snow in the mountains. This is not a place humans were designed to live, yet the Kazakh people have thrived here for centuries. The eagle hunting tradition specifically comes from Kazakh culture and has been practiced for over 1,000 years, possibly much longer. While Mongolians and other Central Asian peoples have various hunting traditions, the specialized practice of training golden eagles to hunt foxes and other prey is distinctly Kazakh and has been maintained most strongly in this remote corner of Mongolia, where Kazakh people have lived for generations after migrating from what is now Kazakhstan. Let's understand what golden eagle hunting actually involves, because it's far more complex and demanding than most people realize. This isn't falconry with small hawks. Golden eagles are massive birds, an adult female, and hunters always use females because they're larger and more powerful than males, can weigh up to 15 pounds with a wingspan reaching 7.5 feet. Their talons can exert over 400 pounds of pressure per square inch. They can kill animals much larger than themselves, including young deer and wolves. Acquiring an eagle begins with finding a young bird. The traditional method involves locating an eagle's nest in the mountains, a dangerous undertaking that requires climbing cliffs and dealing with aggressive parent eagles defending their young. The hunter takes a young eagle, called an eaglet, when it's still in the nest but nearly ready to fly. This timing is crucial. Too young, and the bird won't survive. Too old, and it won't bond with the hunter. Taking the eaglet is only the beginning. Now comes years of intensive training to transform a wild predator into a hunting partner. The young eagle is kept hooded, a leather cap covering its eyes, for much of the time. This keeps the bird calm and prevents it from being overstimulated. The hunter begins handling the bird constantly, getting it accustomed to human presence and touch. The training process is based on building trust and association between food and the hunter. The eagle is fed by hand, learning that the hunter provides food. Gradually, the hood is removed for longer periods while the hunter is present. The bird learns to sit on the hunter's arm without panicking or trying to fly away. This requires a special leather glove that extends from hand to shoulder because the eagle's talons would otherwise tear flesh to the bone. The glove itself is a work of craftsmanship, made from thick leather, often from horses or sheep, reinforced with additional padding. It weighs several pounds. Holding a 15-pound eagle on your extended arm for hours during training and hunting requires extraordinary strength. Eagle hunters develop distinctly muscular arms and shoulders from this constant practice. Once the eagle is comfortable with the hunter, training progresses to responding to calls and signals. The hunter uses specific calls and whistles that the eagle learns to associate with food and hunting. A stuffed fox pelt is dragged across the ground while the eagle watches from the hunter's arm. When the eagle shows interest, fixating on a moving target, the hunter removes the hood and allows the eagle to pursue. Success is rewarded with meat, reinforcing the hunting behavior. This training continues for months, gradually increasing the difficulty. The distances get longer. The terrain gets more challenging. Eventually, live prey is introduced, first small and easy targets, then progressively larger and more difficult animals. The entire training process from taking an eaglet to having a fully trained hunting eagle takes 2 to 3 years of daily work. The bond that develops between hunter and eagle is profound and genuine, though it's based on mutual benefit rather than affection in the way we understand pets. The eagle learns that hunting with the human leads to food and safety. The human gains a hunting partner capable of taking prey that would be nearly impossible to catch otherwise. This is a partnership, a working relationship built on trust and consistent interaction. The hunting itself happens in winter, and the reasons are both practical and traditional. Winter is when fox pelts are at their thickest and most valuable, providing income for families who sell the furs. Winter is also when the eagles are most motivated to hunt because food is scarce and they're hungry. In winter in Mongolia is when many traditional activities happen because agricultural work is impossible in the frozen landscape. A hunting expedition begins before dawn. The hunter, often accompanied by sons or other male relatives, rides on horseback into the mountains. The eagle rides on the hunter's arm, hooded to keep it calm during the ride. The horses are small, sturdy Mongolian horses, incredibly tough animals adapted to extreme cold and able to navigate treacherous mountain terrain that would kill most domestic horses. The hunter wears traditional clothing that's both ceremonial and practical. A heavy fox fur hat with ear flaps that tie under the chin. A thick wool coat called a chapan, often embroidered and decorated, that reaches to the knees. Layers of wool and fur underneath. Heavy leather boots lined with felt. Even with all these layers, the cold is brutal. Your face exposed to wine feels like it's being cut with razors. Your breath freezes in your beard and mustache forming ice. Your fingers and toes go numb despite the protection. The hunting party rides to areas where foxes are known to live, rocky outcrops and boulder fields that provide dens and hiding places. When the hunters spot a fox or other prey, they position themselves strategically. One hunter rides to high ground, the eagle still on his arm. Other hunters, and sometimes trained dogs, move to drive the prey from cover into open ground where the eagle can see it. When the prey is in position, the moment arrives. The hunter removes the eagle's hood. The bird's incredible eyesight, roughly 8 times more powerful than human vision, locks onto the target immediately. The hunter raises his arm, speaks the command, and releases. The eagle explodes from the arm in a massive flapping of wings, gaining altitude rapidly while tracking the prey below. What happens next is both beautiful and brutal. The eagle circles, reading the terrain and the prey's movement, calculating the attack with a predator's instinct honed over millions of years of evolution. Then it folds its wings and dives, reaching speeds that can exceed 150 miles per hour. The fox or rabbit or other prey has only seconds to react, and usually there's nowhere to hide on the open mountainside. The eagle strikes with outstretched talons, the impact alone often enough to stun or kill the prey. Those talons, designed to grip and crush, sink deep. The beak, hooked and powerful, delivers killing bites. Within moments, the struggle is over. The eagle mantles over the kill, spreading wings to shield its prize while looking around for threats, an instinctive behavior even though the hunter is approaching as an ally, not a competitor. The hunter rides up, speaking calmly to the eagle, offering a piece of meat as reward. This is crucial. The eagle must learn to give up kill to the hunter in exchange for food. A trained eagle will step off the kill onto the hunter's arm when called, accepting the meat reward while the hunter secures the prey. An untrained or poorly trained eagle might try to defend the kill, becoming aggressive even towards handler. This hunting technique is incredibly effective. A skilled hunter with a well-trained eagle can catch multiple foxes in a single day. But it's also unpredictable and demanding. Eagles are wild animals, not machines. Sometimes they refuse to hunt. Sometimes they miss their prey. Sometimes they fly away and don't return, either because they've been injured, killed by predators, or simply decided to reclaim their wild independence. Most hunters keep an eagle 7 to 10 years before releasing it back to the wild. This is a deeply important tradition. The eagle has given years of service, helping the family survive. In return, the eagle earns its freedom, released in good health with a final ceremony that honors the relationship. The hunter will often sacrifice a sheep or horse, leaving the meat for the eagle to find, ensuring it has food as it readjusts to wildlife. This practice of releasing eagles rather than keeping them for life or until death demonstrates the Kazakh understanding that these are wild creatures, partners for a time, not possessions. Many Western falconers keep birds for life, but the Kazakh eagle hunters believe strongly that the bird deserves to return to freedom after its service. The eagles themselves are treated with great respect and care between hunts. Each family's eagle has a special perch outside the gur, the traditional felt tent, where it sits when not hunting or training. The perch is positioned to give the eagle a good view of the surroundings, keeping it mentally stimulated. The eagle is fed regularly on fresh meat, rabbit, marmot, or sheep. Its health is monitored carefully. Any sign of illness or injury requires immediate attention because a sick eagle can't hunt and represents years of training investment potentially lost. The eagle becomes part of the family in a real sense. Children grow up around the bird, learning from early age to respect its power while also understanding the relationship between hunter and eagle. Boys start training to be eagle hunters as young as 6 or 7, first just watching and learning, then gradually taking on more responsibility. By their early teens, they might be given a young eagle to train under their father's supervision, beginning their own journey to become Burkichi. Women traditionally don't become eagle hunters, though this is cultural custom rather than absolute prohibition, and there have been notable exceptions in recent years. The reasoning is partly practical. The physical demands of carrying a heavy eagle for hours while riding in extreme cold, and partly cultural, maintaining gender roles that have existed for generations. Women have crucial roles in the household and in other aspects of survival, but eagle hunting remains predominantly male. The winter survival aspect goes far beyond hunting. Life in a Kazakh village in western Mongolia during winter is a constant battle against cold, wind, and isolation. The gur, the traditional felt tent home, is the family's protection against elements that would kill them in hours without shelter. The gur is a remarkable piece of engineering, developed over thousands of years by nomadic peoples to be portable, easy to assemble, and effective in extreme conditions. The structure is a circular wooden frame, collapsible lattice walls that expand like an accordion, roof poles radiating from a central ring, all covered with multiple layers of thick felt made from sheep's wool. The felt provides insulation that's surprisingly effective. Several layers, sometimes up to 10 inches thick in the coldest regions, trap air and block wind. The gur can maintain interior temperatures 40 or 50 degrees warmer than outside, even with minimal heating. But that minimal heating is constant and essential. In the center of the gur sits a metal stove, usually a simple cylinder made from an oil drum or metal sheet, that burns continuously during winter. The fuel is primarily dried animal dung, argol in Mongolian, collected throughout the year and stored for winter. In areas with any trees or shrubs, small amounts of wood might supplement the dung. The stove vents through a chimney pipe that exits through the central ring in the roof. This stove is life itself during Mongolian winter. Let it go out at night when temperatures drop to -40 or worse, and everyone inside could freeze to death before morning. So family members wake throughout the night, every few hours, to add fuel. This interrupted sleep is just normal, part of the rhythm of winter survival. You don't think about it as hardship because you've never known anything different and because the alternative is death. The layout inside the gur follows strict traditional patterns. The door always faces south to protect against the north wind that brings the worst cold. Directly opposite the door, at the north side of the gur, is the place of honor where family keeps Buddhist or Muslim religious items, family treasures, and where honored guests sit. The left side from the entrance is traditionally the men's side, where tools, saddles, hunting equipment, and the eagle's indoor perch if the weather is too severe for the bird to be outside. The right side is the women's side, where cooking equipment, food storage, and household items are kept. Food during winter is almost entirely meat and dairy products because nothing grows and stored vegetables from summer are limited. The diet centers on mutton, sheep meat, prepared in various ways. Boiled mutton with salt is the most common everyday meal. The meat is cut into large pieces, bones and all, boiled in water until tender, then eaten with the hands, pulling meat from bones with teeth. The broth becomes soup that's consumed separately or used for cooking other foods. Dried meat, prepared during autumn slaughter season, provides variety. Strips of mutton are hung outside where the cold and wind desiccate them, creating a jerky that lasts months. This dry